What is up, everybody? This is the Massasoit Wrestling Corner, Season 2, Episode, I think it's 24. I'm Owen the Birdman
24?
Finch, and I am here with...
The Royal One and the current Massasoit Wrestling Corner Champion, King Tutt.
And this is going to be like the most serious Massasoit Wrestling Corner and shortest Massasoit Wrestling Corner episode of all time. But before we get sad, let's get to a story. Tutt has a story. I don't think he's ever had a story before.
I don't think, because I'm never on the beginning of the show. That's why.
Yeah.
I guess, kind of brighten the mood, and we're talking about our history in wrestling. This is mainly what this video is probably going to be about anyway.
Yep.
I'm going to be talking about the first experience I ever had watching wrestling. It was 2007. It was right after Mania 23. It was a SmackDown right after it. I was watching over at my neighbor's house. That's an epic. Was just watch it. I was 11 years old. Just sat down and watched it, and hooked ever since. Many people look down at 2007, but I don't. I have nostalgic for that year, that particular year. So
You got into it the same year I did.
in 07.
Yeah. Although it was just before 2007, but I didn't start watching a full-time basis until around after WrestleMania 23. So
That's when I started watching full time.
yeah, but I saw it before in 2000, right before WrestleMania 23, and then a full-time basis but I was only watching SmackDown. Then I went to watching Raw, and then ECW, which I didn't know was crap then, but now it's crap now.
Yeah, that pales in comparison to the original, which I have both DVDs, ECW Unreleased Volume 1s and 2.
Yeah.
And I think they're coming out with Volume 3 soon, and I will buy that.
Yeah. And then I started watching, then I knew about booking and stuff around 2012. It was late as hell, but it's better than nothing. So
I started to realize the booking stuff in 2009.
I knew it was fake in 2000. I knew it was fake and stuff, but I didn't know about booking and stuff.
How to book a right show.
Yeah.
I was booking stuff when I was younger. I want to say when I was 13.
Yeah.
And
so then in 2012, I started this YouTube channel, and then 2012, I pretty much was watching both WWE and TNA full time, and then now I'm just watching WWE full time. Nothing else.
Let's see here. Here's how it went with me. I watched WWE. I watched SmackDown for the first couple months, even to the point that I actually used to tape the shows.
Yeah.
And I rewatched them over and over again. In fact, I still have them. I'll have to rewatch them again, and maybe I can do a retro review of SmackDown from 2007.
Actually, that'd be cool.
That'd be a nice series of videos, I think.
You just have to give me the tapes so I could watch it too, because
I only have 8 of them, so it's only going to be 8 weeks worth of material. And
bad idea. I don't think we'd be around long enough though. So
we still have the show. We're lucky if we still have the show. But anyway, this was. And then I got into Raw in May, about a month later.
Uh-huh.
I didn't start watching full time on Raw because I would actually watch the first hour, then I would turn it off and go to bed.
Yeah, same.
Because I wasn't allowed to stay up late. I was 11 years old. What do you want me to do?
That's why SmackDown was so good, because we could stay up late to watch SmackDown.
Yeah. It was Friday night. It was 8 to 10. It was fine. I went to bed afterwards. I just had to go to bed after the second hour of Raw. I stayed up anyway. But, yeah, and it's... And then my first ever wrestling event I ever went to live was actually a TNA house show in 07. It was in June of 07. It was before the Benoit tragedy. It had I saw Eric Young, Robert Roode in the opening match with Tracy Brooks. I saw Rhino, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle in the main event. This was overall a great house show. And then I started watching TNA in 2008, right when Joe won the title. And I was watching that at a full-time basis, and I have my own personal biases against TNA because I was a WWE guy first. But TNA at one point actually really got really good in 2012 when they had Bobby Roode as champion.
Yeah,
You know,
that's when I
people
started.
always look down on like TNA and it's like, well, they've had good stuff in the past. Is like they've just been handicapped by bad booking and bullshit.
He's an example.
And I guess this will kind of lead into what we're talking about today. Even as you kind of noticed, only the two of us doing this today. For two reasons. One, we're not going to be around for the next, not till next Monday because of Thanksgiving. And the other reason is James the Heatman Hebert is deciding to take a hiatus from the show.
Not just from the show, from wrestling.
Well, from wrestling, all wrestling in general.
He says he's gonna watch Win of Honor and the NXT specials, and that's it. So he's done with wrestling.
He's done with wrestling now.
I think he said that before, and then he's back.
He said this before. He came back about 3 days later. So
I feel like though this time after seeing this, it's legit. Well, I don't know because he was pretty hard for. So if he's not back by next Monday, I don't think he'll be back. He'll be in a hiatus mode. But
I think this is just a hiatus. I think he's just taking a break.
Yeah,
he'll eventually.
He's not really sure. As with Chris Dodd, by the way, I just talked to him right before we did this. He's not really sure himself, so it's either he is or he isn't. But
it's nothing like James. I think you definitely do need a break from wrestling.
What happened?
He needs a break with wrestling because he looks down at the product so much. He looks at it so negatively. He needs to take a break from the show, and it kind of was infecting the rest of the program. No offense to you, it's just like he always just talks negative.
We don't hate you, James. This is just how we feel. So
that's how it came across to me. It kind of like seems like he's so negative that it kind of brings the show down just a little bit.
Yep.
And I think he just needs to break from looking at it negatively. He needs, like what I do is I look for the positive in everything.
Yeah, I try to do that too.
And you know what? It works for me. I watch the shows on mute, and you look for the positives. And
yeah, I think James, it's I can understand his point of view because he watched it at a different time we did. So that's
it's like he needs to kind of realize that it's gonna be a long time before they hit the peak like they did in 1997.
Yep.
Because they're the only game in town.
Yeah, because TNA is pretty much dead at this point. So
they're on a network I've never heard of before. Pop TV. What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is and where to find it. Ring of Honor can't get a good TV deal in a decent time slot.
And then Lucha Underground is on a network that
Lucha has a. I don't think it could. It's in my opinion, it's the best. It's the best wrestling show on TV.
James actually hates that now too. So
there's my response to that.
I don't think they saw that. Just say something and do that because they can't see the fans. James wouldn't see it if he was watching this.
I gave him the bird.
Yep. So but anyhow, I haven't seen it yet, but anyhow, Lucha Underground still just starting, so maybe it could be the next big thing in wrestling. We don't know. So
it could be. It's definitely more of a drama than it is a wrestling show because it's taped it's taped very well. It's very good. It's very good writing.
I saw that the first episode I saw was good, so
yeah,
I just haven't been able to go back to it because
they do a lot of post productions and editing, and the writing's really good. The acting's really good. The characters are really good. The characters are really written great. And that's something WWE is missing right now is that they don't really have any good characters, any distinguishable characters. Like you have Mira Mortes, you have Prince Puma, you have Johnny Mundo, you have at one point Roberto El Patron.
So it's just a matter of fact that once I see it, But right now, the WWE has decent characters. It's just
Actually, it's a combination of both because their characters are mainly bland. There's
yeah.
no like distinguishable character. Like Prince Puma is a prideful man who hates to lose. Johnny Mundo's is arrogant. Southern California thinks I'm Mr. Perfect. Mir Mortez is gonna kill you, and Alberto Del Patron is a national hero.
Well, he was so.
Well, he was at that point.
Now he's not.
The evil boss in the whole thing isn't, like the owner.
Yeah, I saw in the first episode. He looks like someone. He acts like someone that would be like in Breaking Bad or something.
Yeah, he wasn't in wrestling though. He's not a wrestler first. He's actually an actor.
Yeah,
and that really shows in his performance. I think it's the best in the show, but can it get to the point?
Who actually owns the thing, though?
What?
Who actually owns Ring of Honor? Not Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground.
Lucha? Let me see here. Just hold on a second. Lucha Underground. By the way, they started taping their second season as well.
So we have to.
They have a lot of stuff. Like they have the trios matches. They have guys like they actually have women who actually wrestle with the men. There's a real women's revolution right there.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yep. Lucha Underground owner.
So I don't think it's probably not him. Like it's probably not him. So.
No, but Bernardo Couto, that's his name.
Okay.
Couto.
That's not him though, right?
Who's real? Well, that's the name of the actor. I don't know the name of the company, but it's definitely shot well. It's very well shot. It's very well paced.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I personally enjoy it, and a lot of people do as well. That's why I got a second season. And
so there was a way for me to check. I'll have to check it out, and then I'll probably try to do that after school ends because I'll have the time. So.
Yep, you can find it all on YouTube. You can find most of the seasons on YouTube. If you want my personal opinion on what matches you should see, Prince Puma versus Johnny Mundo. That's John Morrison. If you don't.
Yeah, I know that. I think that's like I saw that match. That's the one that's on the first episode, right?
No. It's in the they have a match that like it's called the All. I think it's called the All Night, where they face each other for an hour. For the entire show. Whoever's the most pinfalls wins.
Okay.
It's a great match. It's a great task done. Alberto El Patron versus Johnny Mundo at Ultimate Lucha, which is their big season finale. Which make sure you watch that last. Okay, that's what I say. Let the whole thing build up towards the end, and then everything comes to close. It all ties together. It has everything I like in wrestling. The wins matter. There's writing. There's direction. There's no meaningless booking. It has everything I like in a wrestling show.
It sounds like that Ultimate Lucha show that ends all storylines for that season. Like
yep. That's the point of the whole thing. It's a two-part show, and it's definitely worth your time and watch. And I'm excited for their second season. I'm avoiding any and all spoilers.
Okay.
But yep. So it's.
So yeah. So yeah. But James, I guess James doesn't. I don't know what James doesn't like about it because it has everything. Sounds like it has everything he wants too. Because doesn't he complain about the same things? He
complains about the same things that mostly I do. It's like they're meaningless characters, bad booking.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him what he hates about Lucha Underground because it's really good. Yeah. It's really phenomenal.
But he says he still likes Ring of Honor. I do like Ring of Honor. When I was watching it the first time, I like the wrestling better in WWE than Ring of Honor. Not because I'm a WWE guy, because Ring of Honor is like a lot of no selling.
Yeah, but, Ring of Honor. If you watch a Young Bucks match, you'll be infuriated because it's a really bad they have really bad tag teams psychology. That's the internet darlings playground.
Yeah,
they have guys like Jay Lethal, AJ Styles, the Young Bucks.
But I do like it. But it was good. It's just a lot of like no sell, not a lot of no selling, which is what people complain about in WWE. But
what people complain about WWE is the fact that it's not the matches, it's the character. There's no characters in WWE, so there's no reason to care. the characters are what get you to care about the damn why they're fighting in the first place.
Yep. And then,
So
but I figured I'd read the article about what Mick Foley said. Because originally I put it in the Massasoit Wrestling Corner discussion so we could talk about it next week. So I guess
that's what set people over the edge.
I should have just sent it to you, John, because I think I pretty much caused all of this. Because
it's all right. It's not your fault. I mean, I already saw the article anyway. So if you those of you who don't know, Mick Foley is almost done with WWE.
I can't blame him, but
you can't blame him because they're Sheamus is champ. And
I told everyone.
I
told everybody that if Sheamus hold the championship, the ratings would drop, and now pretty much we're not going to have a show now.
By the way, guess what? Guess how much the ratings dropped by?
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
2 million viewers.
2 million?
They lost 2 million viewers.
So they went down to like a 1.0 something.
I'll have to check their current rating, the Nielsen rating.
Let's just be honest. When I saw Neville versus Mark Henry, I was like, that's it. I'm going to bed. Maybe what
I didn't watch the show at all. I had better things to watch, like Monday Night Football.
You have a football show to do.
I have a football show to do, and I'm be flying solo on the show. It'll be the football reporter.
But but yeah, at least but then so I gotta know, what was your reaction though when you saw James pissed? I bet you weren't shocked that James was pissed, but what was your reaction when you saw Steve pissed and Chris Dodd pissed? Because when Chris Dodd is pissed, I think that's when something's wrong right there. Because after what you saw,
when I saw James was pissed, and I'm like, it's like, okay, this is usual James pissed off mode.
What about Chris though?
Chris,
I think he is pissed.
He is. He doesn't like Sheamus. I know that much.
So when Chris Dodd's pissed, that you're doing something wrong.
Well, I'm pissed. That's when you really fuck up. Yeah. I'm Mr. Positive here. Sunshine.com.
I feel like if Mick Foley is pissed, that's when you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, the company man knows Mick Foley.
So let's.
Gonna be pissed off about how they're not putting up talent, the best talent that they could possibly have.
So let me read this article right here.
Go ahead.
It says WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley has been vented his frustrations with WWE on social media. In one of his recent Facebook posts, Mick went as far as to say that he's on the verge of no longer being a WWE fan. You can check out the entire rant here, which I'm going to read in a second. So it's on his Facebook. I don't even know if you can actually find his Facebook. So this is what Mick Foley said on Facebook. Getting close. I'm going to quote an article from July 2014 called The Sad Case of Zack Ryder, in which I wrote, eventually people get tired of finding out that the WWE superstars they have supported with their cheers, their signs, their purchases, their follows, and the likes aren't real superstars. And little by little, those fans lose interest in WWE with other interests and become former WWE fans. I am one of those people on the verge of becoming a former WWE fan. I am tired of being told through Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-views that WWE superstars I have rooted for, from Ziggler to Cesaro to Kevin Owens, aren't top stars, no matter how strongly crowd reactions seem to disagree. I am tired of NXT stars getting their big break in WWE just to be treated like jokes. 6 months ago, my son and I traveled 12 hours from Eastern Tennessee to Orlando, Florida to watch Sasha Banks wrestle Becky Lynch at hashtag, it's not a hashtag, it's a number sign, but NXT TakeOver. One of the greatest women matches of all time. I don't know which one he's talking about, though, because...
he's talking about the one in... at Full Sail, the Iron Man. Not the one.
Last night, and what I believe was the first singles match on number sign Raw, Sasha and Becky were given 4 minutes at a time. That'd be Unstoppable then. Yeah. At a time when WWE desperately needs to make new stars, when they need to give wrestlers with the talent the opportunity to break through, they gave Sasha and Becky 4 minutes. I turned the channel and watched a pretty good football game instead, which is what you were probably watching, John.
That's what I was doing.
I think I can get used to watching football games on Monday again. I will be watching Raw this Monday. Maybe, as it often the case in relationships, they will get me just enough to remind me why I love wrestling. Just enough to keep me coming back. Maybe they will give Sasha and Becky a rematch and a legitimate chance to show the world what they can do. There was an old saying in politics, as Ohio goes, so goes the nation. Think of me as the Ohio of wrestling fans. I leave, it's not just a disgruntled former fan finding something else to watch on Monday nights. Instead, it losing a long-time diehard fan like me might well be an indication of a larger exodus. I don't know how to say that word from WWE. I guess we'll see what tale the ratings tell. I want to say I really do. So please, WWE, next week on WWE, just give me a reason. Let me know what you think. Oh yeah, hashtag Soft Tuesday is 1 week away. That was random, but so then I think the article itself. I read an excerpt below. I think yeah, the article itself says the same. Just says his quotes. So
Yep.
that's Mick Foley's rant. So, and he has every right to be frustrated. So
he does, and everyone else does. Everyone else has a chance to be frustrated. Everyone has a chance to be all pissed off. But what little people know, what people like I do is, if they're, I guess, like I always say, I'll be a believer in all this. There's no such thing as a perfect show.
yeah,
There always is a shit thing on the show, but there's no such thing as an absolute god awful terrible show. Well, you can always find at least one shining moment.
yeah.
Though
There
was a couple on Raw
this week. The New Day segment, which I think Mick Foley turned that up, was when that was like just before Mick Foley flipped the channel, I believe.
Yeah, the New Day segment. Paige and Charlotte in their rematch was better than the one they had in Survivor Series.
All right, I want to tune into that when we're done with this. So
it was a very brutal match.
Okay.
And I enjoyed it.
Did you actually watched it?
I watched the 90-minute Hulu version.
So is it better to watch the Hulu version or the regular version?
I'd say watch it. I would say watch the full show because it only gives me 90 minutes.
Yeah. And I know that, but
to give you the full show experience, you need to watch the whole show. I watched 90 minutes because it's convenient for me.
You can DVR the show, right?
Yeah, I don't want to though. I don't want to throw up my DVR. I can just actually do that with this TV over here, or there.
But this set everybody on the corner over the edge. After this, James. I wonder if I can play James's thing and they'll hear it. Let me see. This is what James had to say. I don't know if they can hear it. If you guys can't, I'll just say it. But I just want to see what everyone can hear how frustrated James is.
And by the way, we're gonna have a drinking game for all this. Every time he says a wrestler that should be pushed but isn't, take a shot. Every time he says the word "fuck," take another shot.
Too bad we can't drink this. We totally would.
What are you talking about? I'm drinking right here.
Oh, really?
Coke.
Oh, okay. I don't have a drink on me though, so
and I can't. Huh? I got a drink over here. That's empty, actually.
Okay, so let's listen to.
Just drink.
I see you in some conversation about football. So okay, so here's what James had to say.
I'm just gonna say this right now. After seeing this, I'm bullshit. One of the greatest of all time is even saying that this company is bullshit. I really I've really lost hope for this fucking company. I'm sorry. John, Steve, no one can convince me I can watch. I'm not watching. I do not care if I break my word. I do not give a shit. Yeah, and if that means I have to take a fucking hiatus from the Massasoit Wrestling Corner, I really don't give a shit. Because I'm so pissed off just by...
Oh, and then they continue, because you can't record that long in Facebook conversations.
Like, I'm so fucking mad I want to punch a wall. Because I've watched this company since 97, and, you know, this is the fucking thanks I get. You know? Fuck it. I don't know, maybe I'll find a new hobby. Maybe I'll watch football. Just like Mick's doing, just like Chris and John are doing. Maybe I gotta do that from now on. Or hell, I'll worry about my own fucking wrestling shows, and I actually book better than half the writers on WWE. I'm tired of, maybe John can be like, okay, well, I don't care about Ziggler or whatever. I'm not going to let it get to me, but I do let them not pushing Ziggler get to me. I do let them getting Cesaro not getting a push get to me, and I do have grudges with them booking Kevin Owens to shit. I'm fucking done. What's the point of me watching this garbage anymore?
By the way, though, just before I play the next one, so James might be on your football show. I feel like he's just using that as example, but he might be on your football show.
Okay, great. We won't get it done in an hour anymore.
I bet James will see a bad game and it'll be like,
fuck that shit, I'm out of here. One bad game and he'll say, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. Go back to Raw.
There's one more. Okay, there's another one.
Okay, but I'm at 12.
Talented roster, but it doesn't matter when you get the worst fucking booking in the world and prejudice fucking politics. It kills the sport. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if it doesn't kill the sport. Because if Mick Foley saying that he's not going to watch unless the people he wants to get a fucking push, I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know what could kill the sport, because maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe I've wasted my time so long that maybe I should just watch something else. But you know what? I'm done. I've had enough. So say whatever you want, but that's how I truly feel. I'm so done. I'm beyond done. Like, I'm not watching a WWE product ever fucking again.
I feel like he'll probably
give him 2 months.
Yeah, because every fan says that. Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, I even said that at one point. I said that in September of last year, and I said, "Oh, I'm done. I'm going to take a break." And I did. I took a break for, I want to say, till about after WrestleMania, and then I started to watch again.
So what made you take a break?
There was a god-awful segment. A real god-awful segment. It was Sean, John, Hohan, and I don't even know who that is. I really don't. I don't even know why they had him on the panel. But they're discussing can John Cena beat Brock Lesnar, and I was like, "This is."
Oh yeah.
I'm like, and like at that point, I'm like, I have a girl. I've had a girlfriend for 4 months. If she figures out I like this shit, I
bet too what made you watch. I don't know if you know, but later on that night, I think it was later on that night, is when Cena squashed the Wyatts.
Yep.
And I'm
like, oh, that's it. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, WWE. Are you done with TNA? Did you still watch NXT, or did you not watch NXT yet?
I didn't even know NXT still existed.
Oh,
so I took a break. I still kept up with the show, you know. I watched.
Imagine though, good thing you took a break, because that's when that stupid bunny came in. Imagine your girlfriend saw you watch a dancing bunny in a wrestling win.
I also decided, you know what? It might not be that bad. I tuned in, and it was a segment where Adam Rose got butt fucked by a bunny. He got punched by Braun Strowman.
Wait, what?
Braun Strowman was the bunny. Whoever the fuck that bunny was.
I hope it wasn't Braun Strowman. I think, but then James has a conversation with me. I don't mean to share this. I actually had invited him. He was gonna come to WrestleMania with me, right?
Yeah, because I can't do it. I can't afford the plane ticket.
How much do they cost, by the way?
A couple grand.
Shit, they were down months ago. We should have bought them then, but we wanted to buy the tickets first.
Yeah. Oh well. I didn't even know I was going either until. Well, I can't go now. It's fine. It'll be the first WrestleMania I'll watch live. I'll just watch it at my house.
You never watched it live?
Well, yeah, it's on the network, isn't it? I'm a network subscriber.
Okay. So
I'll be watching on this TV right over here, or I might be watching it downstairs to my regular TV. Hopefully we can get.
Okay. So I'll just talk about the part where we talked about WrestleMania. He said, "Yo, John can't go to WrestleMania. Who can go?" No, wait, can you go? Sorry. And then this is what he said.
But yeah, Owen, I'm going to the pizza party too, so I'll see you there anyway, depending on where we go. And another thing is, if I can pay for the ticket, then I'll let you know how much is the plane ticket there.
And then
because that's all I can really afford.
And then I said, I don't know. We'll look it up tomorrow. He said, okay. You may have to pay for me too, since I paid for the tickets. And then he says, well, fuck. All right. We'll find out how much they are. Then he says, oh, sorry. It's fine, man. Well, he said it's just fine. I'll look up the stuff tonight or tomorrow and let you know. All right. By the way, you would miss school if you went to WrestleMania, by the way. And then he sends me the video after he found out. He sends me the voice thing after he finds out about Mick Foley, and this is what he says.
Oh, and do me a favor. Don't even give it to somebody else that will actually be willing to go with you, man. Because I'm sick. I'm sick of WWE. I don't want to go to WrestleMania. I don't even care if it's like the one thing I haven't done. I don't care. It's not worth it. It would have been worth it to go like 10 years ago. It's not worth it now. This company is shit. That's all this is. The company is just shit. So I'm sorry, dude. I'm honestly not interested.
I actually I know the company is shit, but that's also what's keeping me watching is the fact I'm going to WrestleMania 32. I just want to let you know that.
You know,
huh?
The company may be bad. It might be really bad right now. But I'll say it again, they'll still bounce back.
Yeah.
They always do.
They'll probably bounce back around WrestleMania time. They'll be good then, so.
Yeah, but you know what? I rather them not do the part-timer shit. Don't have them, just have them do regular old classic booking,
Yep.
And I wish I could go to Mania, but I can't. I can't afford it.
I know. So I might be fucked as well because I have no one to fucking go with. So either I'll have to sell my ticket or.
Yeah, sell you too. Just sell the other ticket, and
Yeah.
I went to a wrestling event by myself. It was fun.
I'm going to Texas. I'm going all the way to Texas by myself. So.
Don't you have a relative down there that you're going to see?
Yeah, maybe I'll just give the ticket to one of them because one of them's wrestling fans. So I'll probably do that.
Yeah.
And then this is what I said. This is why we responded. Sorry, didn't mean to piss you off because I was the one that posted it there anyways. And then this is how he responds.
Au contraire, you didn't piss me off. WWE pissed me off. I'm not watching it again, man. John wants to give me shit for it. He can give me shit for it, but I'm not selling my fucking pride for this bullshit anymore. Sacrifice my money, my effort, my time, and my pride to this fucking organization. You know what I get in return? Jack and shit. And Jack went home. So you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but I think I'm taking a hiatus from the fucking show. I'm done with wrestling for a little bit because I'm done. I'm just done. I have no reason to be excited for it right now. You know, maybe I do. Maybe Mick Foley's right. Maybe we should just watch football or something.
And then I said I understand you still want to be a part of the wrestling groups I added you to, which I added you to them too.
Keep me on them for now. If I decide to leave, I'll leave.
So then I gave him
I'll leave on my own merit, really.
Oh, I want to know though, what do you have to say though about him saying you're gonna give him shit for not watching?
I'm just busting his chops. I mean, like he said, like I will watch it like 4 to 6. Like what was it, like 6 out of 8 weeks? It has to be good. I mean, it was good. Sorry, not 4 out of 6. 6 out of 8. It was good. It was good like 4 weeks in a row, and then the one bad show.
And then
I give him shit for that all the time.
Mick Foley says that one thing, and then he's like,
"I'm done." That's what he said. Like, oh, you know what? It's not really giving them like it. I think he's going in there with very high expectations, and he really shouldn't.
Who, Mick or James?
James.
Okay.
And it's nothing against him. It's just that.
Yeah.
I've only known him for 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
I only know him for 2 months, and.
But to be honest with you, it wasn't that he didn't trash it this bad. Like, he still trashed it, but I feel like when we started the show, watch the first season of the show, he still trashes it somewhat, like when the New Day won the tag titles, but like, it wasn't as bad like the first season. It's like, it feels like it's this season.
It's getting worse. For some reason, it got worse for him, and maybe because the ratings are on the decline. I don't know what's happened. I just sound like Porky Pig trying to speak.
Yeah, but I'll admit it's bad. But it's like it's bad. Like,
it's bad. It's downright terrible. But I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say it again. Like I've seen worse from WWE in 2009.
Yeah, it was bad in 2009.
It was a bad year. We had the Denver Nuggets episode where McMahon threw a hissy fit for 2 hours. We have the freaking guest host with Jeremy Piven, Dr. Ken, who the hell else was doing it? Cedric the Entertainer, Jerry Springer. Just really, really bad shows. Mania 25 was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. One of the worst Manias of all time, in my humble opinion.
We'll talk about that when we review the WrestleManias.
Do the 32-day countdown to Mania.
If we still have a show at that point.
I think we'll set up like this. We'll just do a Google Hangout and we'll just review the show on here. Why not? And just call it the WrestleMania Review Corner or some shit like that. I don't know.
So then, like, well, yeah, it was bad in 2011 wasn't bad, but it could have been so much better if they had done that CM Punk angle.
The summer, if they booked it right. And
would have
Andrew having a conversation in the car where he was talking about maybe Punk would come back if they have a lighter work schedule. And I told him, no, he's not. There's no way in hell CM Punk's coming back.
No.
That bridge is burnt.
He may come back the only way he'll come back probably if he gets his ass kicked in the UFC fight. That's the only way he'll come back probably.
I don't even think that's going to happen either because he's actually said himself, like, whether I get my ass kicked or if I succeed, I'm not going back there. And rightfully should. He shouldn't go back there.
Yeah.
A company that treated him like garbage, booked him very poorly, even though he was the most over guy in that company at that time. He never was in the main event until he was a freaking heel. This is actually going to show how much I was pissed off. I'm James. I'm doing what you're doing right now. You get pissed off or something. They never put him in the main event. John Laurinaitis versus John Cena was in the main event. The same show that Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship was on that same show. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. They didn't have him put him in the main event until he turned into a pussy heel. And then they had him. He lost to The Rock. He lost to Taker. He lost to Lesnar, who all three of the part-timers makes him look like absolute shit. And then he blew up and left. And then he got the freaking notice that he was fired in the mail on his wedding day. I would never go back there. I hate Triple H. he hates Triple H's guts. Triple H hates him probably more because he's not the guy they're looking for. Say what people want. Triple H is doing well in NXT, but he still has his own personal biases. He's still a member of the clique. He still has his own. He still have his buddies working for them. Politics has been around wrestling for a long ass time. It's never going to go away.
We just have to accept that. But then, so then the conversation between me and James continues. So I asked him, so are you done with wrestling period or just main WWE? And this is what he said. And remember, he said he says he pays his money out of his pocket to for wrestling. Maybe he has before he met me, but
honestly, Owen, I don't know. I might watch Ring of Honor, and I'll watch the NXT specials. That's about it. The only reason why I do is because Ring of Honor is worth a rating or two. And NXT I don't even fucking pay for. So, that's it. I mean, as far as mainstream, I'm done. TNA, I'm done. Lucha Underground has turned to shit, so I'm done with that. Done having my hopes up for that. New Japan I can't even get, and I don't really want to look for streaming sites that struggle to get a fucking broadcast of it. So yeah, no, for the most part, I'm like 85% done with pro wrestling, pretty much. Yeah.
I want to know how his opinion is. How the heck Lucha Underground went to shit?
I haven't seen it, so I can't judge.
Because you know why? They haven't produced season 2 yet. They're taping it now. They haven't shown any of the episodes yet.
And then, guess who pays for NXT for him?
His mom.
No, me.
You?
I gave him my network so that way he could watch the pay-per-views and stuff. Cause on the show,
Does he at least pay you to do it, or
no? It seemed like a good idea. Show everyone how big your eyes are because they can't say something.
Well,
you're not happy with me, are you?
No, it's that I think James should pay you at least a little bit if he's using your network subscription to do it. I mean, I pay for my network subscription. It's $10 out of my paycheck.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, just give him $5. I mean,
yeah, maybe we'll talk. I don't even know if he's gonna want to do that at that point. So we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk. Then I said I watched some Raw and I fell asleep. Yeah, I was tired, but what I saw was not good. Am I really supposed to be excited about Sheamus versus Roman Reigns in a TLC match? Wow. Really, I'm not excited about a Sheamus Roman Reigns TLC match. It should be a tables match.
I'll tell you this much. Don't matter as long as Roman wins.
Yeah, if Roman needs to win, but it should be a tables match. The match would be better if it was a tables match.
Me and him had a debate in the car, how they should turn Ambrose heel so that way and have him walk out of Mania as the heel champion.
Uh-huh.
To build up for the Seth Rollins return.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I gave him a nice booking idea. It's that won't happen. Someone will get injured. It's because of the road schedule. That's why they get injured. It's all been bad luck this year.
Bad luck. It's a somewhat.
It's been a lot of bad luck. Someone takes an unlucky bounce, or they take a bump wrong, or they take a move wrong, and it results in an injury. It just happened to be against some of the main guys. They lost Sami Zayn because of a freak accident. They lost Hideo Itami because that was a freak accident as well. That was was he working out and then he tore his shoulder?
Yeah,
I think that's what happened. Seth landed wrong.
Yeah, that was a freak accident as well.
That was an accident one. Cesaro got thrown over the top rope and hit his arm off the apron. That was I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You're Your audio's going out. Oh. Owen?
Hello?
Owen, you good? You froze for a second there.
Am I good now?
You're breaking up on me here. I guess I should just do the rest of it by myself then. Owen, are you good?
Hold on.
Well, I guess it's just me now. And so the point is, it's been all freak accidents, you know? Injuries happen. Injuries happen in every sport. It's an endurance test. Are you good?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You're good.
Okay. I don't know.
It said how it's been a freak accident. It's not really more of a result of a hefty road schedule because every wrestler goes through that.
Yeah.
Orton suffered a separated shoulder, but I think that was kind of a little bit of a storyline injury so that way he can go get married.
He took out the
To his
trash.
What?
I heard it. I read online. He injured himself taking out the trash.
He tried to RKO a garbage can. So that was his own stupidity.
So then Cena's technically not injured, but he's not there, so
He's taking time off, and he deserves to. He's coming back in the next month anyway.
all right, but I think then this is what else happens with me and James's conversation. So then this is how James responds.
No, you don't have to be. Quite frankly, no one has to be. WWE should be giving fans like a meaning halfway of what they want.
Which is true. Not every fan though, because like me and James have talked about, some fans are stupid.
That's what I say. Everyone else is stupid.
So then I gave him like a thumbs up because I agree with that, and then this is what he said.
They don't even meet like fucking 5% of the way, so I don't even give a shit anymore. This company's shit. I'd rather watch football any day, honestly. I might not even. I'm probably not even gonna watch WrestleMania this year. Like that's how bad it's gotten. And it's not a string of bad luck. It's not the injuries that are excused anymore. All right, this is just a bottom line that they have this way of doing things that isn't working. The road schedule is ridiculous. There's no fucking union. The ratings are shit. The writing is shit. There's nothing to be excited for.
I've been
when we get our hopes up, it's either they bury the person or they fucking get injured, and they're never heard from again. That's it. I don't really have anything else to say. Like, fuck them. Just fuck them.
I'm not a drink.
Huh?
I'll ask Callan our drinking.
Okay, so, but like
Mm-hmm.
I agree with some of what he's saying. I don't know if I'm probably not gonna watch football because I texted him.
You have nothing else to watch. You don't watch football.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think I keep watching too, because I don't got
anything else to watch
at this point.
And
he told me to jump. He said, "I'm not a football guy, or any of that other like sport. I'm not any other type of sports kind of guy, so I don't have anything else to jump to." So then, this is what he said.
Watch UFC. That's something actually. I don't even think about UFC.
Did I say I made you that? But I've been saying that for like months now, and it just hasn't happened yet. So I have a trend to say I'm gonna watch shows, and then I don't watch them.
Yeah.
And then we talked about the pizza party thing, but
yeah, well, it's the weird thing about the whole thing is that I hate the fat Sheamus champion.
We all do.
We all are.
Except for Steve. Well, Steve hates it now, actually. I don't know if you saw that, but Steve hates it.
Steve hates it now.
So that's what's making Steve not watching.
I hate the fact that Sheamus is champ. I hate the fact that talented guys like Neville, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Tyson Kidd are all pretty much lost in the mid card.
We could even name like Cesaro. I don't know if you said him, but Adam Rose has some talent behind him. We have Luke Harper.
As Leo Kruger.
Luke Harper has talent behind him. Bray Wyatt's pretty decently talented.
I think Bray Wyatt's he had potential to be your top heel.
Yep.
And then the Cena feud happened, and he lost a lot.
And then like who else? MVP had potential. Mr. Kennedy. Well, technically, Mr. Kennedy.
I'm not sure on Mr. Kennedy. No,
That's what I'm saying. He had potential, but it was his injuries and it was his own drug problems that cost him. So
he was not that good in the ring to begin with. But people don't know this. They're trying to find the new guy.
yeah, they are trying.
Okay, they're trying to find their new number one guy because Cena's not lasting forever. He's 38 years old.
I wonder if they're starting to realize that now that he's even requesting time off.
Yeah, so now they're trying to find their next top babyface for the next couple of years. The main problem is that they're trying to make another John Cena in Roman Reigns. What Roman Reigns should have been at the start, at the very beginning. Don't give him a microphone. People, oh, he's good on the mic. No, he's not. He sucks on the mic. Babyface, heel, don't matter. He sucks on the mic. Give him a mouthpiece. Give him a mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. I would have kept him down in NXT longer than he was in NXT.
Yeah.
To develop his talent. Maybe do a little bit more moves.
I think originally he was supposed to not be in the Shield. It was supposed to be.
He wasn't. It was CM Punk had the idea of doing Seth, Dean, and Chris Hero.
Yeah.
And they shot down Chris Hero because Chris is a little overweight.
Which makes sense, I guess. But
they wanted Roman Reigns. The WWE wanted Roman Reigns to be on there because he's the guy they want to push.
And they said like he would gain talent if he would gain him some experience if he was working with guys like Ambrose and Rollins. So
Yeah, they were able to, excuse the pun here, shield him from his inefficiencies. Ambrose will fill in the mic work because I think Dean is a great mic worker, especially as a heel.
Yep.
People who watch the stuff in CCW realize how great this guy is as a heel microphone. He can work a crowd very well. Seth Rollins is probably the best pure talent in wrestler, and they actually picked that guy to be their top guy.
Yep.
Top heel. And I don't mind heels being booked like pussies because that's what they're supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Like a little bit too much like a pussy, though. Too much.
They're a heel, though. They're a heel. You know what they're supposed to do? Get you to hate them. Typical ring psychology.
You shouldn't have gotten destroyed by Lesnar, though. That was bad.
By what?
You shouldn't have gotten destroyed at Battleground by Lesnar. That was bad.
I enjoyed that crap.
It
Hit Seth Rollins so much. I enjoyed watching the crap getting beat out of him for 7 minutes. And he should have, because you know why? Because Brock Lesnar's a crazy motherfucker who's pissed at him. He did the same thing to Cena, and no one complained. In fact, people cheered. People freaking cheered for that.
But yeah, that's so like James quit the show pretty much.
Yep.
I'm not sure about Chris though. I think I'll talk to him about it.
I think Chris, I'll talk to him tomorrow when we're not doing the football reporters tomorrow. But if I do see him, I will discuss with him.
Yeah, me too. We both maybe not while James is away.
Yeah, if he still wants to do the show, just as like a, just as a passerby, it's just be fun.
Chris probably, I'm gonna assume like with this maybe when Sheamus loses the title, he'll be back.
He'll come back, and To be honest, Sheamus is getting the right reaction right now. He's actually doing his job as a heel. And I don't mind him being poked to the pussy either because it makes me happy.
I haven't.
Get him.
Like that. He shouldn't be champion though, because look how much the ratings went. I told you the ratings were gonna go down when he was champion. And
yeah, they did. But here's what I'm telling you. Here's WWE's mindset of going into this whole thing. They want Sheamus to be hated so much that they'll cheer anyone that beats him. Who is that person?
That could be Reigns.
And then once Dean turns heel at Mania, here's how it should go down. Sheamus. So Roman Reigns beats Sheamus at TLC.
Yep. Because if Sheamus holds that belt,
what?
If Sheamus holds that belt going into Mania season, then it will probably be like the lowest rated Mania seasons of all time.
No, that's not going to happen. The lowest rated Mania season was in 1997. How's that for irony on that one?
Yep.
The build up to Mania 13, that had pulled the worst rating in Raw history.
Maybe, it could be like one of the worst ratings if Sheamus is the champion going into WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I'm not saying Sheamus is going to be champion going in.
Yeah. I'm saying like for you, I'm saying the reason because if Sheamus walks out of TLC, then it would be bad. So that's why Reigns would have to win.
That's what I'm saying. Reigns won the title.
Yep.
Goes in the Rumble. He wins. He wins there.
He could beat like Sheamus or like Big Show.
He beats Sheamus in the rematch clause. Overcomes all the obstacles in his way. Goes up against Triple H at Fastlane or the February pay-per-view. He wins that. Goes in the Mania. Dean had just won the Royal Rumble. Now it's going to be Dean versus Roman in the main event at Mania. They'll give him at least a good 30-minute match. And at the end, Triple H comes out as soon as Reigns hits a spear. Referee's been knocked down. Here comes Triple H in his referee shirt. Going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be refereeing this new match. Roman Reigns is going to go for a spear, and then Ambrose hits him with a low blow and rolls and pins him, and hits him with dirty deeds and pins him. There's your new champion. It's Dean Ambrose. And then they take out Roman Reigns, and no one's going to vanquish Dean Ambrose.
Hopefully that happens. I'm going to say it could happen. It could possibly happen.
And then, have him retain his title until July.
And then that's when Rollins will be
Battleground. And he'll say, "Who will step up and face me?" Rollins' music hits. He comes down. I want my belt back. At SummerSlam, the main event will be Seth versus Dean versus Roman, the returning Roman Reigns, in a Shield triple threat for the title at SummerSlam.
And that would be great.
Yep. That's how I book it.
Yeah, that should be booked like that. I'm not going to say they won't do it because it's a possibility they won't do it.
I think that's what they're building to, though. From a storyline perspective, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just saying stuff No, the rest of the show, I don't know. I don't know how normally when you get your main event booked, everything else should fall into place. Once you get the big matches done, everything else should fall into place.
So
you can have like Dean versus Sami Zayn. I don't care.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're not really sure about. I'm assuming like once Sheamus loses the belt, and maybe once it gets back in the Mania season, because I think we'll be back with the show then, because school will be back.
Yep.
Mania season. Chris probably will be back. Maybe James will be back at that point too, because maybe like when James has a break from WWE, and it gets into maybe Royal Rumble time, he'll start maybe getting some interest in this.
Yeah, he'll start watching again.
No, clips on YouTube too. That's the only thing you could. But like, I don't think James is gonna watch football. I just don't see James. Do you see You're a football fan. Do you see James watching football?
Other than the Pats, no.
Is that the only thing he watches?
I'm assuming that's the only thing he watches because I asked him about other stuff. He has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't even watch. Not gonna lie, I don't even watch any football. So.
That's all right. It's not for everybody. It
wasn't for me.
It's a subjective matter. Well, it's almost 11 o'clock.
And then, Steve is gonna be on the show, but like I said, but he'll probably won't be as frequent. He'll probably do it more, you know.
Yeah, I'll probably do it more often than he does.
And then Ori will be on the show. Hopefully, he can stay on topic. So.
Oh, he should, because quite frankly, there's no other host that can do it with you, because I'm gone for the first hour.
Yep. And then so what I'm thinking, if it's ever just gonna be you and me, maybe we'll wait until you're done with class to do the show, because then it won't. Because if I just do the show, I'll probably finish it before you even get there.
Yeah, by yourself, probably. You'll probably get done in 10 minutes.
And then well, probably like it take me 20 because normally I can talk for a while, so, but it's usually 20 minutes, yeah. But so I'm thinking if it would be like 3, so we could probably get it done with just the 2 of us in an hour, I think.
That's what I think, because that's usually how me and Chris do it for our football show. We get done in about 50 minutes.
But we don't know, because it's wrestling and football are 2 different things. You can talk a lot about football, but then there's so much things in wrestling that you can talk about. And when you get me talking about wrestling, I just go. But
I can talk about wrestling all day. So,
but I think if we actually stay this time, we'll actually probably be on topic and stuff like that. So
yeah, and we probably won't be screaming as much either.
Yeah.
Or running into walls, or stealing other people's shoes, or turning the lights off.
Yeah,
we might actually be on topic for one time.
But maybe Chris Dodd will do the show. You never know.
I think he might do the show, and I personally would. I mean, I think it will. You would have a host. I think he should do the show, because then you have a second guy with you.
Yeah.
It'll just be you and him, and then I'll come in, a little later on, and we'll talk about. I'll review Raw with you guys. I think we should probably just start doing a 3, so I can just be on the show immediately.
Yeah.
Because what's the rush?
But if it's
it's only on Wednesday I need to rush it anyway.
Yeah. So we try to find something. But when we're doing it with James, we have to do it. We have to do it too. So.
Why do you have to do it too? I'm normally his ride home.
Good point. Yeah. But yeah, James wasn't even doing the show no more. So
I think we just should start doing it at 3 then, or it depends on who's going to be on the show. If no other co-host is going to be on the show, we'll do it at 3. If there is a co-host, you guys will do it at 2. And why does it matter that we're talking about this now? Because it's not going to matter, because it's going to go up the same time anyway.
Yeah, because
going up on YouTube.
But everything will be recorded at either 2 or 3. That's
yeah. Pre-recorded. We're pre-recorded, guys. We're pre-recorded.
Well then, but yeah, I think maybe we could get Joan back on the show too.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys talk to him, I can talk to him.
Do you remember what he looks like though? Or?
I know what Jaron looks like. I have his Facebook stuff here. I can ask him if he wants to do the show again.
Yeah, because
if you because we're short people, maybe we can ask Bill to do the show even more.
Yeah, but it's tough. It's tough for him to do the show.
I know. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing ideas out there, because we're running out of hosts.
Yeah, because we have. I think I'm the only host really at this point. Yeah, Ori's technically a host, but he's not really.
He's not on the show. I'm not on the first hour because I have class, unless my class gets canceled.
Yep. Because you only have 3 more weeks left of the show, right?
Yeah, only 3 more weeks left, and then we're off for our holiday break.
I feel
how long is that anyway? Because you've gone the match way longer. I want to know, how long is the break?
I think I actually didn't go in the fall, but I think so you have to ask James about that, because he went in the fall.
I probably should look it up on my schedule.
I think it's about probably I know it's probably till around January, because that's when all colleges go back.
All right.
I think because I started going in January just before the Royal Rumble, but I don't know when the Royal Rumble is going to lie this year. So
yeah, and
so if it's just going to be you and me doing the show and no Steve, should you pretty much just face me for the belt at TLC, or no?
Well, depends on how many people are going to be on the show. I mean, I think Crystal will eventually come back.
Yeah. Maybe he'll take like a week off or something.
Yeah, and if I think about it though, if I do retain my title, then that means I keep it through the entire break.
Yep.
Because my next pay-per-view defense is not to the Rumble.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm probably not doing the Rumble then.
And then yeah, I think you could kind of tell something was off because like when it came to Survivor Series, we like didn't talk about the show at all. We didn't give a shit. A lot of people
didn't give two craps about the show because a lot of people hated the show. From what I
didn't hate Survivor Series. I hated the ending, but I didn't hate the show itself.
That's what I said. I said I didn't hate the show. It's just that the ending sucked.
I don't think anybody really hated the show.
It was a good show that got ruined by a bad decision.
But I don't really think anybody. I think it's just too like everyone likes to get off topic as well. So
yeah, but I quite frankly, it's like, I mean, I don't bring a show down for like. Yeah. I'll give you an example. Like this was actually a really bad. It was a really bad main event because the main event was Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. But you know what? You know what this is for me? This is getting rid of the freaking Sheamus and his briefcase. It's just getting rid of that, all right? Because they booked themselves into a corner and they fucked. Yeah. They panicked. So, and I knew Sheamus was cashing in too. As soon as he lost the way he did earlier in the show in that match, I knew he was going to cash in again. I'm like, oh, he's going to cash in at the end of the night, and people are going to hate it. And sure enough, he cashed in, and everyone hated it.
Yeah. And like, I don't get why they booked the Money in the Bank winners to just lose every match they're in. It doesn't make any sense.
It'll make it unpredictable.
Yeah.
You picture if they actually won? Like, how credible would the champion be? And plus, Roman Reigns' legacy, he gets screwed out of the Money in the Bank twice.
Yep.
I mean, they booked Seth Rollins relatively well.
Yeah.
It was Money in the Bank. I think he only lost, three pay-per-view matches. And those three were, actually, no, he lost 4 pay-per-view matches. Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble, the Triple Threat. I think he lost at Fastlane, he lost at Mania, and then at Mania he cashed in.
No, he wanted Fastlane.
He wanted Fastlane? I didn't know. So he only lost it on 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah, because and even the pay-per-views he lost, he looked like
he looked very well. He looked very well in the Triple Threat match, which is one of the contenders for matches. Are we gonna do end of the year awards, by the way?
I was thinking about it, and we may do that. Maybe like when the Slammy Awards come down,
we'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll send out a Facebook group message.
And I think James should come on at least for that show, but because maybe see if he'll come to that show, because that would be, a show to come to. We'll do like the same, and are we gonna come up with the categories ourselves and stuff?
Yep, we'll do. Here's how we'll do it, because okay, here we go. Wrestler of the Year.
So, like, is this just WWE, or is this every wrestling?
Wrestling in general, I'd say, for what we've watched. Okay, what we watched.
Okay, so technically, I can do WWE, and TNA to some TNA because I watched some TNA this year. So
I watched some TNA. I watched WWE, and I've watched Ring of Honor. I've watched New Japan. I've watched Lucha Underground, obviously. NXT as well. So I think I have the most diversity out of the entire group.
Yeah.
Of what wrestling I watch. Well, Wrestler of the Year.
I don't know what James. I wonder what James. I guess James has WWE, maybe TNA. I'm not sure. I got a question, by the way. So you might not know this, but James Storm now going to be technically off TNA now? By the way, or is he gonna?
Yeah, because he's out of the tournament.
Okay, so I guess he's done with TNA then at this point. Like he won't be on TNA anymore unless like. So is that why they couldn't put him on NXT because they had to wait till his TNA tapings were done?
Yeah, they got in trouble because they put him on a show. So now that he's off the tapings, and they're moving into the round of 16, I think they should be fine.
So one question. I mean, it's most likely going to be no, but are we going to review TNA when it comes back and it's on its new channel or no?
I can't find the channel, so probably not.
I don't think it's worth it.
We'll just like give you like our quick thoughts, like if we just look up the results on ProWrestlingFight.com, which gives me all the wrestling cards. So
it's still not worth it though.
I'll still do it because I need some material to rip.
I guess.
And it's not really gonna matter because I've never heard of Pop TV. I don't know where Pop TV is. But there's only one good thing on TNA, and that's EC3.
Yeah.
And he's in the round of 16, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
Probably going all the way to the finals.
He's off TNA now. Like he's completely off TNA now, right?
No, he is. He's still there.
Okay.
He's
not there, but he's there.
Yeah. He's still under contract. Let's see here. Who else can we do? We'll do commentator of the year, female wrestler of the year.
Tag team.
Screw that. We'll just have it all be one wrestler because I don't want to be diverse. I don't want to diverse those two because they're all one and the same wrestler. Most improved, most underused, most overrated. Worst show of the year, best pay-per-view of the year.
Okay.
Best match, worst match, all the good stuff. We'll come up with them later,
Yeah. Maybe that's when James will come on the show. I think James should come on that week.
James will come on just for the worst stuff and he'll leave.
That'll be funny. Bye.
This sucked. I'm out of here.
I feel like even when we say best pay-per-view of the year, someone will point out like a pay-per-view that was actually good, and then it'll be like, no, it sucked.
Like I'm gonna say Hell in a Cell, and people are gonna criticize me.
I'm gonna say WrestleMania 31, and yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Mania 31 like most people were. I thought Mania 30 was better.
Yeah, it was, but I still like 30. 31 was the best pay-per-view of the year. If you're
the best pay-per-view this year, I'd say Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I'd say Hell in a Cell because Taker and Lesnar was really, really good.
Yep.
It was a really deserving. It was a brutal match, really deserving the main event spot. I enjoyed most of the matches on that show, and I enjoyed it the best. It was the most entertaining I've ever had. Worst show of the year?
Extreme Rules.
Oh hell no! Battleground. That show sucked.
No, I think I hated Extreme Rules. So, and then tag team of the year would probably obviously be the New Day, even though technically that's not a tag team; it's a faction. So
yeah. Oh, by the way, Steve just texted me back. Only if we all wear suits. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Oh, that's when James should come in. Then he can wear a suit again. I'm down with that.
I'm laughing. That's what I said. I'm laughing at that. I'm sorry, but that made me hysterically laugh.
Yeah, it's awesome. That would be awesome.
Up in a suit, and I'm like,
oh, imagine. Yeah, I feel like it would be weird to see Chris Dodd in a suit though, because we used to see him in like
sweats.
Yeah. Imagine Steve in a suit though. That would be like.
I don't know. I don't mind wearing a suit. I can just change
it. I can see you wearing a suit
with my belt, with my championship belt.
If you're still the champion.
If I'm still the champ, I think I have a pretty good chance of staying champ.
And then
It all depends on who I'm facing against.
so like if it's ever just the two of us, should we just do it off here for the show?
Yeah, let's do it off here for the show. If it's only just the two of us, that's fine. I'm cool with that shit. So I think we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, we're not really talking about anything.
We're not going to talk about anything coherent. Sorry. Let me fix my grammar there. So, since this is the last episode before Thanksgiving, I hope all of you viewers have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Hopefully, a better Raw is on the way.
Yeah, I'll watch Raw right after I get it. Yeah, but have a good Thanksgiving, everyone. And I'm gonna say it to you, Tutt, but I'll just say it to you tomorrow. So
yeah, I am the Massasoit Wrestling Corner Champion, King Tutt. I'm out.
Yep, I'm Owen Finch, and I'm out. Subscribe to the channel and all the other stuff. And yeah, so this might be the way the Massasoit Wrestling Corner is done from now on. If it goes like the way it is. But that's pretty much it, guys. We'll talk to you all later.